Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I noticed, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jotham Down store. His head is bandaged, and he is giving Squire Kemp his version of the accident.
Well, now, Lum, do you actually believe that this was a deliberate attempt on your life?
I know it was. No good and well it was. Abner stood right up there on top of that ladder and dropped that heavy piece of stuff right smack on my head. Done it deliberate.
What do you know about that?
I can tell he was acting awful peculiar up there. Or suspected something. Or to know better than to stand under him when he had something that heavy in his hand.
Yes, that was a bad position to let yourself get into all right, Lum.
And you see, all I was worrying about was that gun he had in his pocket.
Yes, I know that.
I never figured he'd try it this way. From now on, I'm going to be on guard against everything. Guns, boxes, knives, ties, and everything.
Well, from the looks of things, Lum, that sounds like the only wise course to pursue, all right. Lum, you didn't get a concussion out of this, did you?
Get what?
Concussion of the brain. I mean, did Doc Miller mention anything about that?
No. The way my head feels, though, I believe I got something worse than that. I'd take the bandage off and show you the bump, but it's too hard to rough it up again.
That hurts pretty bad, huh?
No, it throbbed something wonderful.
Oh, that.
You know, you can get an awful headache out of something like that.
Well, I don't wonder, no.
Fact is, I still feel awful weak and dizzy from it. Feel like I'm going to fall down every once in a while.
Well, maybe you better go on home and get in bed instead of trying to work from.
I know I ought to, but, you know, somehow I feel safer being here in the store where I can keep an eye on Abner. When he's out of sight, I might not get panic-struck, wondering what he's up to.
Well, yes, but you should at least sit down, Lum, or even lie down. You're liable to have a fainting spell if you're not careful here.
I reckon you're right.
No, yes, I have to watch that.
I have to admit it, I do feel awful dizzy right now.
Yeah, you don't look good either.
I could lay down back there in the feed room, but ain't nobody to watch the store. Abner ain't back from the delivers yet.
Well, I'll watch things for a little bit, Lum. I can't stay for very long, but I'll be glad to stay long enough for you to get a little rest. How soon will Abner be back?
Oh, he ought to be back pretty quick. Especially he stopped off summers to buy some poison or some dynamite or something.
Well, now, Lum, you just go on back there in the feed room and lie down.
Well, sort of.
No, now, go on now, Lum. You need it. You mind if I use your phone?
No, go right ahead. Help yourself.
Just want to call over the place and see if there are any messages. Hurry up now, Lum. You get back there and get some rest now.
Yeah, I'm going. If Miss Pomeroy calls, tell her we got a couple of bowls of Alton flannel in now.
Yes, all right. Hello? Cora? Oh, yes, this is me, your husband. No, I'm over at the Jotham Down store. Lum had a little accident. A box fell on his head, and I'm sort of helping out till Abner gets back. Yeah, well, I just want to know if there'd been any phone calls for me. Just a minute, there comes a customer.
Hey, Mr. Abner.
No, it's just Cedric. Be with you in a minute, Cedric.
Oh, thought you was Mr. Abner.
If anybody calls, why, tell them that they can reach me here. All right, Cora. Goodbye. What in the world have you got there, Cedric?
2 glasses of root beer.
Root beer?
Oh, yes, sir. Ice cold. Made it myself. Mama helped me. Where's Mr. Lum and Mr. Abner at?
Well, Abner isn't back from making any deliveries, said Cedric, and Lum's in the feed room lying down. He's not feeling very well.
Reckon you'd like some root beer? Homemade?
No, I don't believe so, Cedric. It's best not to bother him right now.
I brung this over for him and Mr. Abner as a sample. See, I'm going in business for myself.
Business?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I set up a little root beer stand out in front of our house. Ice cold root beer. Homemade.
In this kind of weather? Why, Cedric, it's almost down to freezing today.
I know it, but that's why it's ice cold.
Why, you won't do a nickel's worth of business, Cedric. Nobody puts up a cold drink stand in the dead of winter.
Well, that's why I done it. No competition.
I see.
Well, no. I'd all help by myself.
Yeah, well, that's, yeah.
Yeah, Papa's proud of me for doing it, too.
I'm not surprised.
He said I was getting to be more of a dunderhead every day.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Mr. Squire, what is a dunderhead?
Why, it's whatever you think it is, Cedric, my boy.
That's what I thought. Boy. Well, I better be getting back to the stand and melt up some more root beer.
Melt it up?
Yes, Mama, I got a little stove there. Tell Mr. Lum and Mr. Abner to be sure and sample that root beer I left for them.
Yes, all right, Cedric, and good luck in your new business venture.
You're welcome.
Hello, Spat and Skimp. Jot 'em down, store. How's that, Cor? Oh, who? Oh, by George, I want to see him, too. Well, I'm pretty sure I can unload some of those securities on him. No, I can't leave here yet. Tell you what, better send him over here, I guess. And, wait a minute, I see Abner coming. Tell him to wait, I'll be right over there. Yes, whatever you do, don't let him get away. Yes, all right, Cora. I don't feel long, so the coast is clear. Well, hello, Grandpap. Hey, hello there, Squire. Say, would you and Abner take over here? I've got to get over the place and take care of some business. Take over? Why, what about his mom? He's back in the feed room lying down. He's feeling a little weak as a result of that accident he had yesterday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been sort of looking after things, but I'll see you later, man. I've got to hurry. Yeah, all right. Yeah, much obliged for helping out, Squire. That's all right. I'm glad to do it. So long. Yeah, so long. So Lum's lying down, huh? More like he's back there setting a trap of some kind for you. No telling where that farmer's going to strike me. I know one thing, I ain't going to let him get me up on the top of no ladders again. No, sir. You know, he could have killed me making me fall off of that thing, Grandpa. Well, that was his idea. Then he could go ahead and collect that $5,000 in insurance money. Yeah. Well, the land sakes. Look at that. What's that? It looks like a couple of glasses of root beer there. How can you tell it's root beer? I can smell it. Smells like root beer. That's it. Sure the world. It does smell like it, don't it? So that's just what I want, too. Elizabeth fried some ham this morning for breakfast, and I've been thirsty. Abner, put down that glass. Put it down. Well, I'm thirsty. Well, can't you see what you're doing? Walking right into one of Lum's traps. Traps? Why, sure. There's poison in there. Oh, my goodness alive, I'm glad you stopped me. Why, sure, that's what he's done just to show the world, Grandpa. He's put some poison in the thing. He did. Left him sitting there and figured the first thing you'd do when you come in was drink the stuff. Yeah. See, did he know you had ham for breakfast? Well, not that I know of. He could have come over and keep in the winter, though, I reckon. No doubts about it. No doubts at all. He knowed you'd be thirsty. Dog as I am, too. You reckon there's poison in both of them glasses? No, of course not. He more than likely figured you might be suspicious, so what he was aiming on doing was drinking one of them himself to show you there weren't nothing wrong with the root beer, and then he'd hand you the one with the poison in it. Why, that's what he was doing. I wish I knowed which one of them was the one without the poison in it. Sure looks good, you know. Well, don't touch it, Abner. Just hold. Wait till he comes in here and picks up one of them, and then you'll know that that's the one without the poison. Yeah. And if you're so pigeon-toed thirsty, you can drink that. Why, that was Oh, I see you're back, Abner. Yeah? What about the Squire? Did he leave? Yeah, just a few minutes ago. How's your head feeling today, Lum? Well, not so good, to be honest about it, Grandpap. Probably something wonderful. That's too bad. Yeah, that's too bad. Well, for goodness sakes, what's this? It's like root beer. Yeah, root beer. You know, I was laying back there just wishing I had something nice and cool to drink. Uh-huh. Yes, sir, the way my head's been aching, this is going to feel mighty good. Wait, just a minute. I'll take that glass you just picked up there. Well, I don't see what the difference is. Both look alike to me. Oh, they do, huh? Well, all right. You take the other then. All right, but I still... Uh-oh. No, on second thought, I believe I'll keep this.
You drink that up.
Oh, no, you
Go
don't.
on, let's see you do it.
I ain't thirsty. I don't think.
Well, what do you want with this glass for then?
Well, I might have thought I was thirsty, but I see now that I ain't. Oh,
Oh, howdy, characters.
hello, Cedric.
Well, how did the samples go?
You mean them souvenirs we give out for our reopening?
No, I mean, here, what's this? You ain't drank it yet. Well, if you don't want it, I do. I like it.
Cedric, put down that glass. Don't drink that stuff. Oh, Cedric, my goodness alive.
Oh, that's good.
Well, don't drink no more, Cedric.
No, you're getting poisoned.
Poison.
Why, sure, give me that glass.
Oh, I'm poisoned. Help, I'm going to die.
Come on, Cedric. I'll rush you to the
Yeah,
doctor.
come on.
I don't think I can make it.
Go on, Cedric. Go as long as your only chance.
You hurry up, Cedric. I'll take good care of you later.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, Abner and Grandpappy Spears in the Jotham Down store are trying to convince Cedric that he hadn't drunk any poison.
Look at me again, Mr. Abner. Am I turning green?
Of course he ain't, Cedric. I've told you that 1,000 or 100 times. No.
Well, I know I am turning green. Mr. Grandpap, you look at me.
I'm sick of looking at you.
Am I turning green?
For the land's sake, Cedric, please hash that up. You're the same color as you always was.
Well, what else happens to you when you get poisoned? Or to have some of the signs of it.
Cedric, if you was poisoned, you'd be dead by now.
Dead, huh?
Yes, sir.
Is that one of the main signs?
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe I've had that yet. Reckon you ought to feel my pulse just to make sure.
You're as much alive as you ever are, Cedric.
You sure I ain't turning green?
Oh, for the land's sake, how many times do I have to tell you that you wasn't poisoned yesterday?
You and Mr. Lum said I was. Rushed me over to the doctor.
Yeah, but Doc Miller never found no signs of poison in you. It was all a mistake somehow.
Well, who put the poison in that root beer anyway? That's what I want to know.
I told you it was all a mistake, Cedric. Now, just forget it.
I know there wasn't none in there when I brung them 2 glasses over here 'cause I made the stuff myself.
Yeah, but you just left the root beer in here and then went out again, didn't you?
Yes, Mom.
You don't know what might have happened to it after that, do you?
No, Mom.
All right, then. Just don't ask questions about things that don't concern you, Cedric.
Now am I turning green?
Of course you ain't no.
You ain't got no green paint, have you, Mr. Abner?
Cedric, what's the matter with you anyway?
Green paint or green ink or something. Well, see, Clarabelle's going to a box supper with Gomer tonight instead of me, so I told her that I'd poisoned myself and I'm turning green. I hate to go back on my word now.
Oh, yeah, that is a shame, I reckon.
I think I'll go home and lay down for a while. I might turn green yet. If that don't work, I might have to poison myself after all.
Cedric, now don't talk that way.
I'll let you know how I'll come out.
Yeah, I wish you would. Just go home, take it easy.
So long.
So long. And boy, bound and determined he's been poisoned.
And I still don't see how he kept from being.
Well, the only thing I can figure out that Mom must have made a mistake and picked up the wrong glass, Grandpap.
He got the one with the poison in it himself, huh?
Well, he must have.
How come him to do a thing like that, reckon?
I don't know. More likely the glasses got switched around or something. I'm sure glad you stopped me from drinking any of that stuff. I know that.
Yeah, well, you got to be on guard every second of the time with a 7-legged fiend like him around.
Oh, I know. I just don't know how much longer I can go on like this. It's just making a nervous wreck out of me. That's what it's doing.
Well, Abner, I think the time's come for you to put a stop to this.
Put a stop to it?
Yes, sir.
How can you put a stop to a feller's trying to kill you and collect your insurance money?
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
So far, he's got himself a shotgun, made me fall off a step ladder, tried to get me to drink some poison root beer. So now I'm just waiting to see where he's going to try to strike today.
And I think the thing you ought to do, Abner, is to have some kind of a showdown with him.
Showdown?
Yeah, have a talk with him. Man to man, out and out talk with him. Let him know that you know what he's up to and that he can't get away with it.
Well, that's the trouble right there, Grandpap. He's come awful close to making a success out of it so far.
Yeah, go ahead and try my idea. Have a talk with him.
I'm afraid to be alone with him that long. Varmint's getting to be a regular maniac, and you know it, Grandpap.
Yeah, but the thing to do is to get this out in the open. Try to reason with him.
Oh, pretty good.
And if he won't listen to reason and comes right out flat-footed and threatens you, why, then you can have him arrested and thrown in jail and put on a peace bond.
Yeah, I know something's got to be did. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, give it a try.
Well, believe I will, Grandpap. Yes, sir, I know that I'll do it. Yes, sir,
Hold on a second, Squire. I want to stop and get a pebble out of my shoe. Hurts every time I step on it.
No, I thought I noticed you was limping along there, Lum. Wondered if Abner'd caused you any other accidents.
No, he ain't tried nothing since that poison deal yesterday.
Well,
Granny's, it wasn't a pebble after all. There was a button off my shoe. I wondered how it worked its way down there now. I noticed one of them was loose when I was buttoning them up this morning.
yeah, well, you're lucky you found it too, Lum. Those buttons are not easy to get nowadays.
Granny, look at there, Squire. That'll give you an idea how upset this business with Abner's got me. Just look at the size of that hole in my sock.
Oh.
Ain't even had time to do my darning lately.
No. Well, Lum, I don't think that you should let this run on any longer.
Well, I'll sew it up as quick as I get time.
No, I mean this business about Abner.
Oh.
When he gets to the point where he's putting poison in root beer for you to drink, well, that's going too far, Lum.
Why, of course it is. I wish I had my button hook along.
Lum, you know, if Cedric had gotten the glass with poison in it, the one that you had, why, there would have been some serious complications to this.
Well, what about it if I'd have drunk it myself?
Well, yes, that would have been serious, too, yes.
I says I might not did. I would have, too, if Abner hadn't have stopped me and wanted to trade glasses with me.
Well, now, right there's something that I can't understand. I don't see why Abner tried to stop you, as you say he did, when you already had the glass with the poison in it.
Well, see, he must have got mixed up somehow, because when Cedric picked up that other and drunk it, Abner was sure Cedric was poisoned.
Yeah, I see. Well, I still say, Lum, you should put a stop to all this right now.
Granny, that's what I've been trying to do, but I can't figure out how to do it. That Abner's turned out to be a desperate criminal.
Yes, I know, but I think that you should have a showdown with him.
A showdown?
Yes, sir. Just let him know that you're aware of what he's trying to do. Tell him if he doesn't stop that you're going to call him the law. Now, I know you don't want to do that, Lum, but with the way Abner's turned out, I'm convinced that's the only thing for you to do.
Maybe you're right.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Safe being around the little critter as it is, I know that.
No, well, you just try that, Lum. Well, I'll leave you here at the store. You go on in now and try it, Lum.
Well, why don't you come in with me, Squire?
No, I'm just on my way down to the drugstore to talk to Ed Beckley about some insurance. I think this is a job you have to do alone anyway. Good luck to you, Lum.
Yeah, I'll need it.
Well, I wish you wouldn't go, Grandpap. Hate to be left. Howdy, Mr. Eddard.
How do you do, Mr. Peabody?
Now, Grandpap, you don't have to go, do you?
Yeah, I promised Charity I'd be home an hour ago, and I'm a feller that always loves to be on time. I'll see you later, Abner, and recollect what I said for you to do.
Yeah, I will. So long, Lum.
Yeah, so long, Grandpap.
So long, Grandpap. Say, Mr. Eddard.
Yes, what is it, Mr. Peabody?
Well, no, nothing.
Nothing?
I forgot what it was now I was going to say.
Well, Mr. Peabody, I want to have a little talk with you.
You do? That's just what I wanted to have with you, too.
I don't want you to try nothing rash now that we got done talking, either, understand? First of all, I want to say that nobody's fooling nobody else about what's going on around here.
That's just the way I feel about it.
Nobody's fooling nobody about toting a gun around.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
I might as well come right out and tell you that I've got a gun.
All right. I'll tell you the same thing. I've got one, too. Right there in my pocket. Loaded. So don't try nothing, kid.
Don't worry, I ain't going to. All I want you to do is throw that gun away.
Throw it away? Oh, no, you don't. You ain't unarming me, Mr. Edwards. How about you getting shot of that shotgun of yours?
Well, that don't matter. That's beside the point.
Oh, it is? Oh, that's nice.
Well, are you going to do it or ain't you? You know, if you don't, I'll get the law on you.
You get it on me.
Yes, sir.
Dogged, I'll get it on
now,
you.
Listen, Mr. Peabody, don't be stubborn-headed about this. Throw that gun away.
What do you take me for, an idiot? I know what I'm a-doing.
Well, you'll never get away with it because I'm too smart for you.
Oh, you're too smart, huh? Well, I don't know what you're aiming on doing next, but if you ain't careful, you'll get a bullet in your head, I'll tell you that.
Threatening me, huh?
Yes,
That's all I wanted to know. Listen, you little varmint, the time's come for a showdown.
You dad blame right it has a showdown. I'll shoot it out with you or anything else you want to do.
Well, that's better than all this sneaking around that's been going on.
You bet it is. Get out your shooting iron, Mr. Edwards.
Well, hold on,
yes,
Mr.
sir. Get it
Peabody.
out.
You can't do it here in the store.
Huh?
You have to get out in the country for a duel.
I'll duel you any place you say. Just name it.
All right. Pin Oak Flat. Tomorrow morning at sunrise.
Sunrise?
I think that's when they have them.
Huh?
Either sunrise or sundown.
Well, make up your mind. I ain't going out there twice.
Maybe we'll order a compromise and have it at 12 noon. I want to keep this thing close to being legal as we can.
All right. 12 o'clock tomorrow at noon. Pin Oak Flat.
Bring your second and be there on time.
Don't worry. I'll be there, Mr. Edwards. I'll be there.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and his second, Cedric Weehunt, waiting for their adversaries at the dueling ground.
I bound you that Lum won't even show up here. What time's it getting to be, Cedric?
Oh, glad you asked me. Just a minute. Let me look here.
Yeah, I figured you'd want to show off your new watch. I'm sure this is the place where Lum said we was going to meet for the duel. Pin Oak Flats, he said. I know he did.
Let's see now. Don't talk so loud. Let's see. That's a 3 there. I know that for sure.
He's going to fool around and make me late for my lunch, what he's going to do.
No, it's a 3 because it says 3 right there.
Just had a hunch he wouldn't show up. That Lum talks big, but when you come right down to it, he's just a big Frady's cat.
The little hand tells the minutes, don't it?
What'd you say, Cedric?
The little hand's the minutes, ain't it?
What are you talking about?
Well, you asked me what time it was. I'm trying to figure it out for you.
Oh, well, I done looked at my own watch. About 5 minutes to 12.
Oh, well, that'll give me something to go on here. Let's see. See if I can figure it out now. See now. I get mixed up, kind of.
Yeah.
That's a 3 there, but it ain't got no hand pointing to it.
Never mind, Cedric.
Well, I'd like to get this for you as long as I'm your what do you call me now?
My second.
Oh, yeah. Second.
Yeah.
What's a second supposed to do at a duel, Mr. Abner?
I don't know. Lum said we were supposed to have one, for all I know. Might be just something that he's made up. More likely he was just scared to come out here by himself and face me. That's the whole thing.
If that's a 3 there, that ought to be a 7 right there next to it. Oh, no, that's wrong.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yonder comes the old varmint right now. Look who he's got for a second. Mousy Gray.
It's 6:30.
Huh?
Thought you said the duel was going to be at 12 o'clock.
It is. Now, hush up, Cedric. And don't you act too friendly toward that mousing either. He collects he's on Lum's side.
Yes, Mom.
For the land sakes, what in the world has that Lum got on his lodge robe for? Look at him, Cedric.
Oh, goody. If you win, Mr. Abner, can I have that robe? It'd be nice for Halloween.
Yeah, hush up now, Cedric. Listen. How do you do, sir?
Yeah, I see you got here all right, Mr. Peabody.
Yeah, I got here.
Mr. Peabody, I want to introduce myself. Mr. Llewellyn Snavely Gray.
I know, Mousy.
Mr. Weehunt, this is Mr. Gray.
Hubba, Mousy.
Hubba, Cedric.
Wait a minute, what's that? Are you two giving signals?
Oh, no, Mom, that's just modern talk, Mr. Lum. Everybody says it over at school and around different places. It means, I don't believe I know. Just for sure what it does mean.
Well, come on, let's get this thing over with here.
Well, just a minute, Mr. Peabody. Do you know the rules?
The rules?
Yeah, there's certain rules you have to follow. The duel ain't legal. I don't think.
No. What I want to know is, what have you got your lodge robe on for?
This ain't a lodge robe. Today, it's a cape.
A cape?
All duelers wears capes.
Huh.
Leastways them that's got any brains does.
Well, I don't see what's so brainy about that. When you get to shooting and ducking behind trees, you're going to get all tangled up in that thing.
In the first place, I take the cape off and hand it to my second before ever the shooting starts. In the second place, I ain't ducking behind no trees.
Yeah. Fight any way you want to, I don't care. I know what I'm going to do.
You'll fight according to the rules or you ain't dueling me. I'll tell you that right here and now.
All right. No, me don't argue. Go ahead. Tell me the rules.
Well, to begin with, our second steps up and hands us our weapons.
Our
guns.
Oh. Well, I'm way ahead of you on that rule.
Then me and you stand with our backs to one another and...
Just stop right there. Wait just a minute. Whoa.
Now what's the matter?
I figured you'd try something like that. Now, how can we shoot at one another if we ain't even facing one another?
Well, let me finish.
You expect us to use mirrors? Shoot over our shoulders?
No, of course not. We stand there and...
I seen a fella at a carnival do that one. Wait a minute. Have you been practicing that, taking advantage of me? I dogged you ain't gonna get away with it, lawmakers. I'll tell you that right now. You won't get away with it.
Well, calm down. Let me finish explaining this to you. After we stand there, back to back...
That's out. I'll tell you that right. No back-to-back business.
Then we each take 20 paces. That's steps.
Oh.
Forwards. Then we turn around and far.
Oh, well, that's better. Wait a minute. No. No, you don't. No, you don't.
What's the matter now?
Well, I see what you're doing. You got longer legs than I have, and you'll get there sooner than you can turn around and fire first.
Why, that's plumb silly.
You can do it.
We both take the same number of steps, so we both get there at the same time.
Huh?
Don't matter if one feller takes bigger steps than the other or not.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, though. You'll be farther away from me than I am from you, and you're liable to get clean out of my range.
There'll be the same distance betwixt both of us. You see, if I walk in one direction and you will... Well, it's too hard to explain to a feller like you. Just take my word for it.
Yeah. All right. Anything to stop arguing it. I still think there's something peculiar about it, though. I'd feel a heap better if you had little short legs, I know that.
All right, let's get this thing started. Come on now, stand here with your back to mine.
Lum, how about your robe? Or your dueling cape?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Help me get it off, Mousy.
Yes, sir.
You want me to help you take off your sweater, Mr. Abner?
Why, of course not. It's too dead blame cold. I ain't gonna stand here and freeze to death.
Yeah, that's better. All right, now my dueling pistol, Mousy.
Huh? You mean the shotgun?
Yeah.
My revolver, Cedric.
Oh, you done got it, Mr. Abner.
Oh, sure I had it in my hand. Been a snake, it bit me.
I don't know why you brung that thing. You can't hit nothing with it. You couldn't hit the side of a barn with a handful of shell corn.
I ain't trying to hit the side of a barn. I'll hit the side of you, though. I'll tell you that right now,
All right,
boy.
here we go, and don't leave out no numbers while you're counting either.
Leave 2 holes through you. That's all I'm going to leave.
Are you ready?
I reckon I am. I'm getting so mad. I better hurry up and get over with her.
That just suits me fine.
Don't argue with me now. I'll start a fist fight with you.
One.
Duel and fight.
I'm starting to count. You
All
better be ready.
all right.
Step
forward.
1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute.
Now
Just
what?
a minute.
Another rule?
Yeah, I just recollected I was supposed to slap you in the face with my gloves.
Why? What have I did now?
Nothing. They always do that before they start a duel, though. I don't know why.
Well, now, just a minute. You have your hand inside or outside of that glove when you slap me with it?
Inside, I think.
Uh-oh.
But it don't make no difference. I forgot my gloves anyway. We just skipped that part of it.
Well, that's a good idea. You go slapping me around, I'm liable to lose my tempers here. One of us might get hurt.
All right, let's start over now. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2...
Wait a minute. This ain't gonna work.
Now what's the matter?
If I take 20 paces in the direction I'm going, I'll wind up standing right out there in the open.
Well, what's the matter with that?
Well, I want to walk in some direction where I'll end up by a tree I can jump behind.
Abner, in dueling, you don't never get behind trees or nothing else.
Just stand right out in the open?
Why, sure.
Well, no wonder so many folks get killed doing this. I believe we better change that rule.
No, we ain't changing no rules. We're dueling right or we ain't dueling at all.
What did I get into here?
Are you ready now?
I reckon so. Still rather we'd pick out a couple of good sturdy trees and start blasting away.
Wait a minute. Here we go.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Now, while these preparations were taking place, a fairly significant conversation was in progress in Squire Skimp's office.
Yes, just sit right down there, Grandpap. I've got a couple letters to sign. I'll be right with you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Squire. What was you want to see me about?
Well, things were somewhat altered since I called you, Grandpap, but I'll tell you what it was anyway. As you undoubtedly know, this insurance matter between Lum and Abner has gone so far that now they've decided to have a duel.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
So I felt that as their friends, you and I should get together and try to find some way to talk them out of it.
Well, you ought to have thought about that sooner. I'd say it's kind of late now.
Well, I'll admit we shouldn't have let it go this far. However, now, since I called you a while ago, something has come up which seems to solve the whole thing.
What do you mean by that?
Well, in the mail that came in just now, there was a letter from my home office stating that Lum and Abner had both been turned down for that partnership insurance.
Turned down?
It seems that neither one of them passed the medical examination.
Oh, for pity's sake, that's a shame. A pigeon-toed shame. A shame.
Yes, I hate to lose the business, all right. But on the other hand, if it'll bring Lum and Abner back to their senses and make them friends again, I'm more than glad to lose the commission.
Yes, sir, that is a shame. Losing that insurance right when they could have used it, too. Or one of them could have.
Well, I hardly think that's the way to look at it, Grandpap. I'll call them up and tell them the good news, and that ought to straighten everything out.
I don't know how you can do that. I don't believe there's a phone out at Pin Oak Flat.
Well, no, I was going to call Pin Oak Flat.
Yeah, it's where they're dueling at.
What's that?
I said goodbye to Abner on his way out there. I wanted to go along and watch, but he wouldn't let me.
Well, why'd they go out there so early? The duel isn't supposed to take place until 12 midnight, is it?
No, 12 noon.
Noon? Oh, my goodness. What time is it now, Grandpap?
Well, it's 5 minutes.
Oh, my, come on, Grandpap. Come on, we got to get out there as quick as we can. Hurry up, or we'll...
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Grandpappy Spears in the Jot 'em Down store discussing the duel with Abner. Listen.
Well, sir, I tell you, Abner, I never was so disappointed in all my life.
Oh, me.
There we was, me and Squire, racing out to the dueling ground, expecting to see you and Lum blazing away at one another, and what do we find?
Grandpap, you said that 1,000 or 100 times.
What do we find? We find the two great duelers sitting there on the running board of Cedric's car, practical, with their arms around one
Now,
another.
listen,
Thought he's going to
Grandpap.
dance.
Oh, good.
What about the guns the duelers is going to duel with?
Oh, my.
Cedric and Mousy was using them to shoot at squirrels. Fine duel. Wonderful duel. Best duel I ever seen. Sassafras. Sassafras.
To hear you talk about it, think you wanted one of us to get killed.
Well, no, but when two big mouths claim they're going out to fight a duel, by Jiminy, I claim they ought to go through with the pigeon-toed thing.
Well, we tried to. I told you what happened.
Couple of dangerous men.
Grandpap, we started to go through with it. We wasn't scared. We counted off 20 paces and then swung around and aimed our guns and, well, I don't know. Somehow or other, neither one of us could bring ourselves to pull the trigger.
Fine, wonderful duel, I must say.
It's a good thing we never, neither.
You mean 'cause you wouldn't have been able to collect that insurance? Even if one of you had a shot the other?
I don't mean that at all. I mean 'cause we both found out we'd made an awful mistake. See, after we wasn't able to shoot, why, we decided we better sit down and talk it over some more.
Yeah, fine kind of a duel. Sitting around talking instead of shooting.
Well, that was some of the best talking we ever done.
Two dangerous men.
Well, that's when we found out we'd both been suspicioning the other one for the same thing. Lum thought I was out to kill him to get his insurance money, and I thought he was out to get me for the same reason, and we was both wrong.
Well, are you sure you was wrong, though? How about that ladder?
What ladder?
The one you might not have broke your spavined-legged neck on. Don't you recollect? Lum was the one that had you climb up there.
I know
The
that.
reason that ladder broke and fell was on account of one of the legs had been whittled, might nine, too.
I can tell you about that.
I seen right where it was whittled. Seen it with my own eyes. That ladder was whittled by a human hand. That is, by a human hand and a knife.
Well, sure it was.
And that human belonged to a certain low-down, pigeon-toed critter that, well, that's my opinions anyway.
Well, I agree with you on that, too, 100%. And I'll tell you who it was. It was you.
Huh?
Don't you recollect, Grandpap, you sat out there in the feed room one day whittling on that step ladder? I kept telling you to stop it, but you kept right on doing
Now,
it.
wait a minute,
It
Abner.
was you, I know it was. Reason I never recollected it at the time of the accident was 'cause my head was so full of suspicions that I was ready to believe anything about Lum.
All right, Jiminy, I do believe I recollect whittling that thing.
Of course you do.
Now that you named it.
And if you ever go around trying to put any more suspicions in my mind against Lum or anybody else, Grandpappy Spears, I'm going to take some rocks and run you right out of this town.
Now, just a second.
I'll do it. I'll run
too
you so
far with
far
your
away
talk.
from Pine Ridge here you couldn't find your way back home with radars.
Radar?
Yes, sir.
What do you know about radar?
I know plenty about it.
All right, explain it to me. I'll wait.
I don't have to. There ain't no law says I've got to explain nothing to you.
You don't know what it is. That's your whole trouble.
Is that so? I'll have you know, Mr. Spears, that my daughter, Pearl, at supper one day with a Navy feller in Washington's D.C., and this feller's brother was in the Navy, and his job was putting radar on battleships. And you tell me that I don't know nothing about radar.
What was her brother's name?
Why? Oh, well, I don't know what his name
That's what I figured. Don't know a spavined-legged thing about it.
Now, listen here, Milford Avery Spears. If you think you can insult my daughter right in front of my face, you got another think coming.
I never insulted your
You
daughter.
did done it, too.
Listen here, you little sawed-off knock-kneed varmint. I'll pick you up with one hand
you
and...
go picking me up, you'll have a handful of walk.
Here,
I'll hit you so hard on
what's
top of...
going on here?
Oh, well, howdy, Lum.
When are you two fellers going to stop fussing at one another? I could might not hear you clean across the street.
Well, Grandpap says my daughter Pearl never ate supper
All
with
right. Don't tell me what Grandpap said. Just hush up and cut out all this prittle-prattle.
Well, all right, but Grandpap said...
I never done no such a thing.
You did done it,
Now,
too.
cut that
I
out.
heard him.
If you ain't careful, I'm going to throw both of you out of here.
Farm it.
This is a respected place of business. We can't put up with a lot of arguing and hollering.
Billy Goat.
Grandpap, maybe you better run down to the barber shop for a while. Give yourself and Abner a chance to cool off. What you fellers need is a 30-day cooling off period.
I'll cool him off. He ain't careful.
All right, Abner, now. We'll see you later on, Grandpap.
Don't worry, I'm going. I can take a hint. I don't need to fall on a house.
Yeah,
Well, now, don't go away mad, Grandpap.
Let him go.
If I
Get
ever
on
come in this store again, I hope I choke.
I'll be proud to help you do it, too. Stick one of my fists down your throat.
Abner, I'm ashamed of you acting that way, a grown man.
Well, Grandpap
I
said...
don't care what Grandpap said. You ought to be more dignified. Just ignore them things Grandpap says. He don't know what he's talking about half the time, no way.
I'll say he don't. You know what he told me. Oh, wait a minute. There he comes back. Reckon what he wants now.
You don't even know how to spell it.
Huh? That's all he knows about it. I don't get on to go out there and pulverize him.
What can't you spell?
Radar. It's R-A-Y.
Wait a minute. Is that what you two fellas was arguing about? Radar?
Yeah,
That's
sort
a
of.
fine thing, fussing about something that neither one of you knows a thing about.
Is that so? Let me tell you something, Lum and Abner. My daughter, Pearl Peabody, at supper with a Navy feller in Washington, D.C., and he's got a brother that's in the Navy, and during the war, this brother put radars on boats.
That don't make you no expert on the subject.
Why? Well, maybe not. That don't. There he is again. Now, listen here, you old Billy Goat. I don't...
beg your pardon.
Huh?
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry, mister. Abner never meant you. He thought you were somebody else coming in. A friend of his.
Friend, eh? Is that the usual greeting for a friend in this town?
No, just close friends, I reckon you'd say.
I see. Can you tell me where I might find the notary public?
Notary public?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see now. Abner, who is a notary public? I know we got one in town.
Yeah, I know we have. Recollect one year Ezra Seastrunk needed some papers notarized, and... Hey, wait a minute. What's the matter with me? I'm it.
Granny, that's right. How come us to forget that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It's a good joke on us, ain't it, mister?
Yes, a good joke. Well, come, let's get this done. I'm in a hurry. I'm up here on a hunting trip. I'm keeping the rest of the party waiting, and I must get this in the mail tonight.
Oh, yeah, sure. Get out your stamp and all that stuff, Abner.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
Well, how are things in your part of the country, mister?
Fine.
First time in Pine Ridge?
Yes. Come. Let's hurry this up, please.
Yeah, what's your trouble there, Abner? Can't you find the junk?
I know it's around here somewhere.
Well, here, I'll help you hunt. This man's in a hurry.
Hey, Lommy, look at this, Lom.
Yeah, what is it?
That old lodge picture we was hunting for the other day.
Oh, yeah, I'm
at
glad
that.
you found it. Let's see it. Where?
Hey, where am I in it, Lom?
Yeah, that's you right there.
Is that me?
Yeah. Look here, mister. This is a picture of the lodge members. That's me right in the middle there. I was West Royal Exalted Lavender Eagle that year.
Yes, that's fine. This paper I want notarized is very important.
Yeah, Abner's getting the junk out for it now. That's Abner right there on the end there. Can't see him very well because Caleb Weon's standing right square in front of him. That's Caleb there, see?
Yes.
Abner, who's this over here? I don't recognize him.
Where's that, Lom?
Right here.
That's Charlie Redfield.
Sure. Well, he was blackballed, I thought.
Well, that was after this picture was took. See, his brother-in-law was a photographer, and he wouldn't take the picture unless we let Charlie be in it.
Good grief, I haven't time to stand here. Wait a minute, isn't that your notary seal there? Right there, and isn't that your rubber stamp right next to it?
Oh, yeah, been a snake and bit me. Yeah, sure, give me a paper there.
Here you are.
All right, sir. Just put that little old seal on there. Yeah, that's it. Now, just stamp it once. Yeah.
Granny, you don't have stamp all over it,
That dog is when I notarize my notarizing. Yeah, there, mister. That'll be 50 cents.
Yeah, well, wait, I haven't signed it yet. The idea is that you're supposed to witness my signature.
Oh, well, go ahead, sign it.
Well, don't you want any identification?
Oh, no, that's all right. You look like an honest feller. 50 cents, please.
By George, this is the worst. Wait a minute. Look here.
What's the matter?
Just look at the date on that rubber stamp. Your commission expired December 31st, 1935.
Huh?
What kind of a way to run things do you call this? I've never seen such laxity in a public officer in all my life. Borders on criminal negligence. You realize you've been notarizing illegally for 10 years?
Well, now, just a minute, mister. This ain't so serious. This paper's legal because the governor will reappoint Abner quick as I bring it to his attention. See, me and the governor is just like that.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm the governor, and I've never seen you before.
Huh?
And what's more, I'll see to it that your friend is never reappointed as a notary public as long as I'm in office.
Huh?
I may even take steps to have Pine Ridge removed from the state of Arkansas.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their Jot 'em Down store discussing Abner's demotion from public office.
Oh, well, that must have been a mistake, Miss Saxon. Oh, sure, we'll take care of that. Send it out on the deliver. Was anything else you's needing? Yeah, we got some nice fresh country butter.
Try to get rid of that if we can.
Well, I'd love to get shut of it. Don't need none, huh? How about some bacon?
What he gets for buying it.
All right, well, thank you for calling. Goodbye. Granny's Abner, you gotta watch that.
I never bought that butter. You was the one that let Grandpappy Spears pan that off on you.
I ain't talking about the butter. We'll find somebody that'll use it.
Oh.
But you put Miss Saxon's order up wrong.
Huh?
Put in cornstarch instead of baking powder. And liquid shoe polish instead of ketchup.
Uh-oh.
That's the fourth mistake you've made on delivers today. What's the matter with you anyway?
Well, I'm sorry for Lum. I never meant to do that.
Are you sick?
No, Lum, I just can't get over feeling bad about losing my appointment as a notary public.
Oh, you still worrying about that, huh?
I can't help it, Lum. I've been a public officer of some kind for at least 20 years in this town. Now I get thrown out. I'm an old man, Lum. I can tell it.
No, you ain't, Abner. A man's just as old as he feels.
I never lived to be as old as I feel today. I'm just a nobody. A was being.
Has been.
Has been, was been, it all boils down to the same thing. I've been thrown right out of office. And by the governor. I'm a disgrace.
No, you ain't.
I am done it. Got unimpeached from office. When Elizabeth finds that out, she'll separate me short of the world.
Ain't you told her yet?
Oh, Lommy, of course not. Break her poor little heart. She's always been so proud of me for being a public officer. Might not every time she writes a letter to any of her relays, she works that into it some way. Everybody had a good time at the governor's banquet last night or something like that.
Well, does she actually put that in her letter?
Yeah, generally, especially if the relate she's writing to lives a long ways away from here.
Well, just being a notary public don't let you go to no governor's banquets.
Well, she don't say we go. She just says everybody has a good time. Of course, her relates don't know what happened. Just shows you, though, how much this has meant to Elizabeth.
Well, I think you're making a molehill out of a mountain, looks to me like.
No, I ain't, Lum. And there's little Pearl, my daughter. She ever finds out her papa's been run out of office, she's liable to suicide herself. Or wear black dresses all the rest of her life. That's what I'm doing to my own little daughter.
Oh, now, Ed.
Bless her heart. the left, her left, the heart.
Abner, you're taking this too hard. It ain't that serious. Honest it ain't.
It is to me, Lum. Being out of office is the worst blow that's ever been struck at me.
Well, Abner, in the first place, you ain't been in office for 10 years now.
Huh?
Your commission as a notary public's expired in 1935. That's what made the governor get so riled up.
Yeah, but I'd forgot about that. So as far as I was concerned, I was still in office, Lum.
Fact is, any papers you notarized in the last 10 years is unlegal.
Yeah.
All them 50 cents you collected was unlegal, too. Embezzling public funds, I think you'd call it.
Now, Lum, don't start telling me things like that. I've got enough trouble as it is. Being a disgrace is enough for one day without being a bezzler, too.
Just a lucky thing for you that nobody ever checked up on you before. Or that you never done much business.
Well, now, Lum, what am I going to do? How can I walk down the road and hold my head up? Everybody'll keep pointing at me and say, there he is, thrown out of office. A no-count nobody was being...
Sakes, Abner, you carry on like you was a Bendix Arnold.
Bendix Arnold? Who's that?
Oh, he was a feller that treasoned again the Giverman.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Run him clean out of the country, I think.
See there? What did I tell you? That's what they'll do to me, too.
Oh, that's silly, Abner. You never treasoned again the Giverman.
The way the governor carried on yesterday, you'd have thought I'd have done everything.
Well, he was just in a hurry and was kind of upset and everything.
I know one thing. I'll never get to go to another one of the governor's banquets again.
Well, you never went to none of them before.
What? Oh, that's right. Well, Elizabeth will have to stop putting that in her letters, though.
Look, Abner, I don't blame you for feeling kind of bad about this. I didn't exactly appreciate his altitude myself. After all, I don't see that it's a dad-blamed importance to have that commission renewed every year. It just takes up somebody's time. But I wouldn't feel too bad about it if I was you.
I do, though, Lum.
What I didn't like was that remark he made about Pine Ridge, saying he's going to take steps to have it removed out of the state of Arkansas.
Can he do that?
Why, no. Leastways, I don't think he can.
Be a pretty big job lifting up a whole town and setting it down some other state. Reckon where we'll wind up at, Oklahoma?
I don't think he actually meant that literal.
There's a lot of room for extra town down there in Texas, but I don't believe I'd want to be in the same state with my brother-in-law, that varmint. Reckon Florida'd like another town.
Well, Abner, he ain't gonna move Pine Ridge.
Wish he'd set us down in California. I could just reach out and grab an orange anytime I wanted one. Knob-hob with them moving picture stars. That Ronald Duck and Betty Gables and Ren Tin and Boston.
Now, don't get
Black
carried
Lady.
away, Abner. Pine Ridge is staying right where it's at.
Well, I don't know, Lum. I'm sort of getting like that California idea.
See, the governor was just upset kind of the way you was running your office.
Danny Duncan.
And on account of you ruined that paper he wanted notarized. I reckon you can't much blame him.
No, maybe not. I don't know.
But I sort of resented him incinerating that the whole town was run the way you run the notary public's office.
Did he do that?
I don't know where he exactly did or not, but I grant I know this. Pine Ridge is one of the best-run towns in the whole country, including Canada and Alaska. I'd like to prove it to him, too.
Well, how do you prove a thing like that?
Well, you just... well, I don't know how you would do that.
I don't either. I don't know about this.
You know, it might be a good idea to take this up with the Board of Aldermen. Tell them we've got to advertise Pine Ridge.
Advertise it? You mean we're going to sell it?
No, just let folks know all about it. Let them know it's on the map. Let them know it's a big progress town. Brag on ourselves a little bit.
Well, is that nice to go around bragging?
In this case it is, yes. It's just civics pride. That's what it is.
Huh?
I'm going to do that right now. I'll get a hold of Ollie Ziegler and tell him my idea.
Ollie Ziegler?
Short and a long and a short.
Huh?
Yeah, he's secretary for the Board of Aldermen. He's the one that lets them know when there's going to be a board meeting and all that.
Well, I never knowed Ollie had that job.
Yeah, he used to have it anyway. Oh, wait. Huh. Hello?
Yeah.
Who is this? Oh, well, you're the feller I want, Ollie. No, this is Lum Edwards. Yeah, well, listen, Ollie, when's the next meeting of the aldermen?
Ex-Notary Public Peabody.
Oh, well, that is a shame. I see. All right, much obliged, Ollie. Goodbye.
Ain't Ollie the secretary after all?
Well, he got the books all right. That is part of them, but somehow they got in the wash tubs and got all the writing washed out of them.
The writing washed out of
So
them.
he don't know nothing about the meetings. What I better do is go right direct to the alderman.
Yeah.
Fact is, that's what I ought to done in the first place. As long as it's something as important as this is.
Yeah, well, who are you calling there now?
Luther Phillips, short and too long.
Oh, is he one of the aldermen?
Yeah, sure. Hello, Miss Phillips.
Oh, that's his ring.
Is Luther at home? Oh, I see. Well, maybe you can help me. Do you know when Luther's going to the next alderman meeting?
I just can't get used to talking on the phone.
Well, how come? Oh, I see. Well, much obliged, Miss Phillips, anyway. Goodbye.
What's the trouble with Luther?
Oh, he had a sort of a fight with Grimy Ludlow at one of the alderman meetings and ain't been to a meeting since then. That was 3 years ago.
What'd they fight about?
Oh, something about a little old checker game.
Well, I don't blame him. I never did like the way that Grimy played checkers. Always making up a batch of new rules of his own.
Let's see. No use calling Grimy.
Oh, that's fine, but no.
He's at the county seat mixed up in some trial there.
Yeah, he's courting this week.
Non-supporting his woman, I believe it is. Who's the other alderman?
Well, Eli White was the alderman at one time. I think he went out of office a few years back, though.
Yeah, that's right. Who'd they elect in his place?
Yeah, let's see, Lordy, I don't know, Law.
I don't believe nobody was ever elected. Come to think of it, the election was postponed on account of the flood that year, and they never did get around to holding it.
Yeah, I recollect that, yeah. Who are you going to call up now, then?
Well, there's only one thing to do, go right direct to the mayor. I'll call him right away.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Go right.
I'm going to tell him he better do something about that alderman situation. Besides, advertising what a good run town Pine Ridge.
Yeah, tell him to get busy.
Well, wait a minute, I can't call him.
Why not?
You know who the mayor is, don't you?
Why, sure, it's, let's see now. Oh, yeah, it's, Howard Polk, that's who it is.
That's right, and Howard Polk moved to Oklahoma 4 years ago.
Huh?
This town ain't got a mayor, Abner. Granny, this is the worst run place I ever seen.
Dog, as I believe it is, too, Long.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to do something about it, though. Starting right today, I'm taking action. Pine Ridge is going to take its place again as one of the outstanding metropolises of the nation.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Dog, Islam, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jot 'em Down store. Lum has just returned from a session with the alderman.
Yeah, well, hurry up, Lum. Tell me all about it. Now, what happened at the meeting?
Well, wait a minute. Let me get my hat off first.
Well, hurry up. Get it off. Are they going to do anything about Pine Ridge?
Oh, you bet your life there.
Yeah, well, did you talk to them about me?
About you.
Yeah. You said yesterday you'd try to do something about getting me back into public office again.
Oh, yeah, I did mention that, didn't I?
Yeah, Lum, I've just got to get some kind of an office since I got thrown out of my notary public's job. What'd you figure out for me?
Well, to be right honest, Abner, we never did get around to that subject.
Didn't get around? Well, Lum, you said you was going to. Promised me, I think.
Well, yeah, but I meant sometime later we'd take that up. I had more important things to discuss today.
Lum, you don't know how important this is to me. I've just got to get something else before I dare tell Elizabeth I've been unimpeached out of office.
Well, yeah, that's importance to you, but this other is importance to everybody in Pine Ridge. Every citizen, every man, woman, and child. Fact is, them some of the words I used in my speech this morning.
Oh, you, made a regular speech, huh?
Did I? You ought to have been there and heard me. I stood up there and I said,
Who
gentlemen,
all was there, Lum?
oh, the two aldermen we got left, Luther Phillips and Grimy Ludlow, and Ollie Ziegler was there. He's secretary of the board of aldermen, you know.
Yeah. Who else?
Oh, just a few of the leading citizens. Ezra C. Strunk and Earl Pomeroy and Eugene Blevins and a few others. Anyway, I said,
Well, didn't you mention my name just one time?
No, I never. I said, gentlemen, the time has come when we have to take Pine Ridge by the horns and pull it out of the frying pan into the fire.
Huh?
Gentlemen, I said, conditions and situations in our community has come to the end of the rope. One more straw, I said, will break the camel. And so, gentlemen,
howdy, Cedric. Come in.
Howdy, characters. Hubba.
Huh?
Anybody want to ride to the county seat? I'm getting ready to hit the road.
No, I don't believe so, Cedric. I just listened to Lum give his speech that he gave to the alderman this morning. You want to stay and hear it. Go ahead, Lum. Cedric wants to hear it. I know he does.
No, not now, Abner.
Go on now. It's interesting.
Well, I ain't got time to listen now, no way. I got to be on my way.
Well, what are you going into the county seat for, Cedric? Going to buy something?
Oh, Natch.
Huh?
I'm going to buy me a waffles iron.
Well, going to iron yourself up a batch of waffles, huh?
Well, I'm figured on getting into the waffle racket, me and Gomer Bates.
You mean you're going in partnerships and sell them waffles?
Yes, Mom. It was sort of Gomer's idea. See, we're going into it 50-50.
Huh.
He's putting up the brains and I'm putting up the money.
You're putting up the money? Well, that don't sound like much of a good deal to me, Cedric.
Well, it didn't to Gomer neither, so I'm putting up the waffle iron, too.
Huh?
And the root beer, of course. And then I'm going to furnish a place for us to set up business in.
Well, Lord, me, that sounds like a lopsided deal to me.
Yeah, I'd say somebody's sure getting the best of that.
Why, sure.
Yes, Mama, I think so, too, but don't tell Gomer. He thinks it's 50-50.
Huh?
I sure put one over on you, boy. Him and his brains.
Yeah. Well, whereabouts you going to set up this business, Cedric?
Oh, I think I can get one corner of Papa's blacksmith shop.
A waffle stand in a blacksmith shop?
Yes, Mom, I figured that'd be handy there.
Handy for what?
Oh, I don't know. I just figured it'd be handy.
Well, you've got some more figuring to do there, I believe, Cedric. Of course, I reckon you could put a little oats in the batter and feed them to the horses.
If the way they taste is any sign, Luke Spears has done taken up that idea.
Feeding waffles to horses?
No, putting oats in.
Oh.
Never knowed you're supposed to put oats in waffles. I better take a note of that and tell it to my partner, Gomer.
Oh.
Well, I got to be going.
Well, now, Cedric, are you sure you can get one of them waffle irons? I don't know where the stores have got them things in stock yet or not.
Well, they got one at the hardware store in there at the county seat, and I know I can get that one.
Well, how do you know you can? They just got one. I'll bound you there's 100 other folks that want to buy that, too.
Well, we done thought of that, but Gomer told me what to do.
Gomer, huh?
Yeah, he's the brains, you know.
Yeah.
He said for me to offer them $15 or $20 over the regular price, and then they'd be sure to sell it to us.
Oh.
See, I'm putting up the money.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have good luck,
Now,
Cedric.
just a minute here, Cedric. I'm ashamed of you for even saying a thing like that.
Mom?
Well, what's wrong with that, Mom? He's got the money to pay for it.
That's one of the troubles. Lots of folks has got money to pay for stuff right now.
Gomer ain't, but he's got brains.
Yeah.
And they're out trying to buy things that are scarce. And on account of them being scarce, they're willing to pay higher prices. And the minute they do that, inflation starts. And believe me, that ain't no laughing matter.
Well, now, how else is Cedric going to get a waffle iron in?
Well, in the first place, if the fellow that runs the hardware store is a law-abiding citizen, he won't take no extra $10 or $15.
Oh.
There's still such a thing as ceiling prices. Anybody that pays over ceiling prices is just heading the country for finance ruin.
Huh.
Gosh, I never aimed on ruining the whole country, Mr. Lum.
Well, that's the trouble. A lot of folks don't realize what damage they might be doing.
Well, I still don't know how Cedric's going to get one of them waffle irons along.
Well, if he can't get one at the regular price, then he's just got to be patient and wait till more of them kind of things gets on the market. Now, he's lived this long without a waffle iron. We've all got to work together in this fight against inflation. You understand that?
Yes, Mom. Well, I don't know what I'll tell my partner, Gomer, though.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'll tell you, Cedric. We got one of them waffle irons over at our place. Hardly ever use it. Elizabeth generally makes pancakes anyway. Why don't you just borrow that till you can get one of your own?
Can we sure enough?
Why, sure, Cedric. You just go on over there at the place and tell Elizabeth I said you could have it.
Well, much obliged.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'll get a sack of oats and we can go right into production today. So long.
So long. So with that boy.
So I said, gentlemen, we have reached a crisis in the affairs of our community.
What are you talking about?
That speech I gave this morning to the alderman.
That, yeah, sure. yeah, that was a good one, all right, Lum. Yes, sir, that was good. Interesting.
I ain't told it to you yet.
Oh. Well, go ahead and tell it to me. I'm anxious to know what you said anyway, I reckon.
Well, sure, I said plenty, I'll tell you that.
You did, huh?
One of the best speeches I ever give. If I do say so myself.
Well.
Wished I'd have got to finish it.
Well, didn't you finish it?
No, see, some of the fellers was in sort of a hurry, and they interrupted me and asked me if I'd cut it short.
Oh.
Come to the point.
Uh-huh.
I had a good hour and a half's worth of speech left to go.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. I've heard you when you get started. You can talk long, I'll say that.
No, I got quite a bit of it done, though, before they stopped me. I told them this was the worst run town in the whole country.
Good for you.
Told them we just had 2 aldermen left and no mayor at all.
Did they recollect that Howard Polk, our old mayor, had moved to Oklahoma now?
Well, they all tried to make out like they knowed it all along, was planning to do something about it, but I could tell.
Well, they sure slow planners, I'll say that for 'em. Might nigh 4 years ago, Mr. Polk moved away from here.
I told them that, too.
Good for you.
They
Glad
come
you
right
did.
out flat-footed and said so.
Lazy varmint.
Gentlemen, I said, I'm just a plain citizen. But when the time comes for me to see my duty, I rise up on my hind feet and shoulder the responsibility.
Hooray!
I worked on my own way up to the top of the ladder as a leading business executive and member of the community. A self-made man, I told them. I owe my success to hard work and honesty.
Well.
Even as a kid of a boy, whilst walking 6 miles to school every morning in 3 foot of snow, barefooted.
I was wondering how long you was going to start talking there before you got into that part of your speech.
Abner, don't interrupt me.
Well, I know as long as you told them about walking barefoot through snow every morning, why, you could have told them about me wanting to get back into public office.
Abner, if you want to hear this speech of mine, you've got to hush up and stop interrupting me.
Oh, all right. Go ahead. What'd you say next?
Let's see. I said,
Told me barefoot in the snow. Wouldn't mention my name.
I believe right there's where they stopped me.
Well, I can sure understand it.
Just when I was getting to the interesting part, too. Just as I was getting hot.
Yeah. Well, what happened after you got done talking? Did they all just get up and go home?
No, sir. Not on your life, they never. In my speech, I demanded action, and I grannies I got it. What was that?
They told you out, huh? Oh, something fell back there in the feed room. The boys are stacking feed back there coming from the wholesale house. That's what it is. You mean they told you right out of the meeting?
No, of course not. They passed a resolution right then and there that they're going to hold a general election.
Election?
Yes, sir. For mayor.
Oh.
And any other office that ain't filled.
Oh, well, good for them. Good for them. When's it going to be?
Well, pretty soon now. They're going to set a date for it at the next alderman's meeting. I guess now you'll see how much good I done this morning.
Yeah.
When L. Leonard sets out to do something, my grannies, he gets it done.
Yeah, you done all right, Lum. Who are they going to run for mayor?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it'll be... Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Don't bother me right now, Abner. I think I'm getting a idea.
Well, I wondered why you squinting up your eyes that way.
Well, the county judge squints his up whenever he thinks hard.
Yeah, I know.
I believe I've got it, Abner.
What?
You've been wanting to get back in public office. Grannies, you may be our next mayor. Grannies, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I know as Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jotham Down store relating the rather astonishing bit of news about the proposed new mayor to Grandpa Beers.
The mayor of Pine Ridge? Yeah. You Abner Peabody, the mayor? Yeah, that's what Lum said. He said, Abner, you might be our next mayor.
Oh, sassy press.
Them was his exact words.
You must have heard him wrong.
No, I never knew.
Well, he must have been out of his head then.
Well, that's what I sort of thought at first, too, Grandpap, but no, sir, that Lum, he's serious about this.
Well, I'll be a monkey's fabbing-legged uncle.
See, I've been wanting to get back into some kind of a public's office ever since I lost out on my notary public's job, but, law me, I never had nothing like being mayor in my mind at all.
Well, I wouldn't think so.
Doggies, I just ain't got the talents for no office like that. I wouldn't know the first thing about being mayor.
Of course you wouldn't. Of course not. No, sir. No, never in the world.
Well, Grandpap, you don't have to agree with me so fast that way.
I'd make a better mayor than you would myself, even.
I don't know about that. You notice Lum never said that Grandpappy Spears might be our next mayor. He said I might be Abner Peabody.
Well, I don't know what he's got to say about it being who's going to be mayor no ways.
Well, he was the one that got the board of aldermen together and made a big speech to them, telling them something had to be did about Pine Ridge here.
Yeah, I heard all about that.
He told them that Pine Ridge never even had a mayor, on account of our last one moved away from here about 4 years ago. That's
yeah, I know all about that,
Yes,
Steve.
sir.
Ezra Seastrunks told me.
That Lum made a dandy.
Said old Lum was standing up there blowing off steam and bragging about himself, and they had to shut him up so they could get something done.
Oh, well, he might have talked a little extra long, but nothing would have been done at all if Lum hadn't have got him started, I'll say that for him.
Maybe so, but that still don't give him the right to say who's going to be mayor.
Well,
it's up to the people. They do the voting.
Yeah, I know that.
Lum don't elect him. It's up to the people.
Yeah, you said that.
The citizens.
Sure.
They do the voting. The citizens elect him, not Lum.
Grandpap, I know that just as good as you
Yes,
do.
sir. The citizens do it. The people.
Oh, my.
And here's something else that seems curious to me.
I don't want to hear it.
Why ain't Lum going to run himself for mayor?
What? Huh?
You know, any time there's any big office open, like president or something, Lum always wants that job for himself.
Doggy, that's right, ain't it? Yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it looks to me like there's something mighty curious about this.
I reckon why Lum does want to run me.
I don't know. I can't imagine.
There ain't no higher office he wants to save for himself. I know that. The mayor's the highest you can go in the town, ain't it?
Why, sure. Yeah, I'd watch my step by you, Abner.
Well, I can't see where he'd be up to anything, Grandpap. He just know that I want to get back into public office, so he more likely figured he's doing something nice for me. He's my best friend, you know that, Grandpap.
Politics is a bad thing to get mixed up in, Abner. I'd watch my step by you. Yes, sir, I'd just watch it.
Well, I don't see nothing for me to worry about, Grandpap. I wouldn't get elected no way. I don't reckon.
No, I reckon not.
But I ain't doggy. It does seem funny Lum wouldn't want to run himself for that job.
I recollect one time Orlo Wormley got mixed up in politics.
He did, huh?
Yeah. Orlo got mixed up in politics and lived to regret it.
Well,
I forget where it was at now. Some town in Oklahoma, I believe it was. Or Kansas, maybe. Orlo lived in Kansas once.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, he lived in Missouri, too.
Huh.
And Nebraska. Orlo claims he's been in 39 of the 48 states.
Well.
And lived in 17 of them. But I don't believe it. Do you, Abner?
Well, you know him better than I do, Grandpa.
Yeah, I don't believe it. He claims once that he taken a croquet mallet and knocked a croquet ball through 21 states.
In one whack?
No. He just kept hitting it.
Oh.
Little whacks. Hit it and run catch up to it and hit it again.
Oh, I was going to say he must be able to sock a croquet ball something wonderful.
Oh, no. Far as that goes, I believe I can hit one further than he can. I recollect one time, Sunday afternoon it was, had some lemonade out in the front yard there, and we Me and Charity is playing again Orlo and Belvedere Trigmeyer. Did you know Belvedere, Abner?
No, I don't believe I ever did. No.
Wore a pink and blue checkered dress.
He did?
Belvedere was a woman.
Oh, well, that helps some, I guess.
Her own father, played the mandolin and had 2 diamond teeth. So they claim. I never seen him myself. Did you ever see him, Abner?
No. In fact, Sid, I don't even know who you're talking about, Grandpa.
His woman wanted one of the teeth to put in a ring for herself, but he wouldn't give him up, so finally she killed him. Beat him over the head with his own mandolin. That always seemed like a sad story to me.
Yeah, it is, sort of, yeah.
Nice mandolin, too. So they claimed. I never seen it myself.
Yeah, but, Grandpap, I don't see what this has got to do with what you started out to tell me. What about Arlo Wormley going into politics?
What about Arlo Wormley going into politics?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I don't know. What do you think about it? He's a good man, I'll say that for him. What's he aiming on running for?
Well, Grandpap, you started out to tell me something about the time that Arlo got mixed.
Here's something else I'll say for him. He knows how to get himself a lot of good publicity. I recollect one time he taken a croquet mallet and knocked a croquet ball through 21 states.
Oh, my.
Got his picture in might nigh every paper in the country. Special when he come to the Mississippi River. See, Orlo couldn't swim a stroke.
Yeah, wait a minute, Grandpap. Yonder comes Lum.
Well, what did he do? He knocked his way up to Cairo, Illinois, and crossed the Mississippi River on the Cairo Bridge.
Yeah, listen, Grandpap.
The Cairo Bridge was completed in 1930. Has a span of 675 feet.
Yeah, Grandpap, listen to me for just a minute now.
What is it, Abner?
Don't tell Lum that I said anything about this mayor's business. He don't want that note around town yet, he said.
What mayor business is that? Mayor of Cairo, Illinois?
Oh, I know. Mind. Just let it go. Well, morning, Lum.
Good morning, Abner. Hello there, Grandpap.
Howdy, Lum.
Abner, you ain't been talking about you know what, have you?
I think we've been talking about some bridge over the Mississippi River, Lum.
At Cairo, Illinois. Has a span of 675 foot. I better go tell that to Charlie Redfield. He likes to keep up on things like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Grandpap. Go tell Charlie.
Yeah, I'll see you fellas later.
Yeah, don't get in an argument with him, though.
No, so long.
So long, Grandpap.
Figured for a minute you'd been telling Grandpap all about your running for mayor. I'd rather you'd keep that sort of quiet till I get everything lined up. I want to run your campaign right.
Yeah, well, Lum, I sort of want to talk to you about this whole thing. It's been bothering me, Conley.
What do you mean, bothering you?
Well, I don't know. I just don't believe I ought to run for mayor.
Well, why not? You won't get back into public office, don't you?
Well, yeah.
All right, then.
Well, Lum, I just don't believe I've got the talents for it. I wouldn't make a good mayor.
Why, that's ridiculous. You'd make a terrible good mayor.
Would I?
Why, sure. You've got all the restrictions for such office. You're honest and upright, and fair in all your dealings.
Well, yeah.
You're smart and intelligent. You've got brains.
I have.
Well, you're a natural-born leader of men.
I am.
Of course you are.
Well.
You've got foresight and insight and outsight and every kind of sight there is.
Well.
You've got a sort of a magneto personality. You've got determination. You're a quick thinker.
Doggies.
Yeah. You're a keen judge of your feller man and a far-seeing executive of the highest type.
I'm just getting to know myself. Go on, tell me some more.
Well, I could, Abner, but there ain't no use if I've done convinced you that you're the man we want for our next mayor.
Well, Doggies, I don't know where we could get a better feller. Magneto brains, natural born, far-seeing insight. What else am I now, Lum?
You know what all as I do. Just don't let me ever hear you say again that you ain't got the talents for being mayor.
I don't know what I could have been thinking of to say it in the first place.
It's bad psychology for you to talk that way.
Yeah, sure.
So have confidence in yourself.
I will, yes, sir. I've got confidence. I've got it, yes, sir. Bobster, I have got confidence.
And if you start losing it, just recollect this. You ain't going to have to do much in office no ways. That'll all be done for you by the voice.
The voice.
The mystery man. The power behind the throne. The silent partner. The unseen hand.
What are you talking about anyway, Lum?
Abner, what this town needs is a strong, extra smart man that stays in the background. That don't want no glory for himself. But he's the man that runs things. A political boss of the highest type. And that's what Pine Ridge is going to have.
Well, who is this political boss?
Well, I promise you'll never breathe his name to a living soul.
Well, how can I if I don't know who it is myself?
Abner, you're looking at him.
Huh?
Silent Lum Edwards, the secret boss of Pine Ridge, the mysterious figurehead.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old politicians in the Jot 'em Down store. Abner is a little confused about how things are being run.
Well, now, Lum, when are you going to tell them that I'm running for mayor? Nobody ain't going to vote for me unless they know I'm one of the candidates.
Well, they'll find out in plenty of time. Don't worry about that. Just leave that up to old silent Lum Edwards.
Well, you're going to silence me right out of the campaign if you ain't careful.
No, I won't. Trouble with you, you ain't been in politics long enough to know how us political bosses work.
Well, I was a notary public for right now 20 years.
Yeah, but the last 10 years you was plumb out of office and never even noticed.
Well, I still think we ought to tell the folks that I'm running so that I can start getting myself some votes.
I'll get the votes for you. What I want to do first is get everything organized.
Organized?
Yeah, figure just how I'm going to handle everything. Study up our platform.
Well, I do. A platform? You mean I've got to stand up on a platform up there and make speeches to people? Doggone, I don't know nothing about making speeches, Lum. Let me stand on the ground. Don't get me up on no high platform.
No, I mean, we got to let people know just what you're fighting for.
Well, I know what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting to get elected as mayor of Pine Ridge, Arkansas. That's what I'm fighting for. I know that I'm going to get in that office and appoint a new constable around here, clean up the whole city, give him.
Yeah, but that ain't enough.
Ain't enough? That's the highest office in town.
Yeah, but here's what I mean, Abby. You see, Pine Ridge has let itself get pretty run down. Things are in bad shape here. That is, politics speaking. So what we need is some new life in our town government. Some new blood. Get some fellers in office that knows what they're doing.
I thought we was going to run me first.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
Somebody that'll give their citizens a square deal and opportunities for every man to get ahead.
That sounds good. I'll use that in my speeches. Yeah, on the ground, though, no platform.
What we need to do is sweep out the old and sweep in the new.
Now, wait a minute. That's the kind of work I'm trying to get away from, that sweeping, Lum. That's all I did here in the store as far back as I can recollect sweep out.
I'm talking about political sweeping.
Well, it's going to look fine. Me sitting there in a mayor's swiveled up chair with a silk hat on, my swallowtail coat, and a broom in my hand.
Wait a minute. Granny, that ain't a bad idea.
Yes,
sir, that's a gooder, Nab.
Now, just a minute now, Lum. What are you trying to do? Make me the laughing stock of the whole town?
Oh, I'm just trying to get you elected mayor. Here's what we'll do. We'll have some pictures of you taken, standing there with a broom in your hand. And underneath it, we'll put, a new broom sweeps clean. Granny, that's practical a stroke of genius, you know it?
Now, just a minute, Lum. They want a mayor, not a street sweeper.
They want a man that'll clean up the town government. We're going to use that new broom thing as a slogan for your campaign. Now, Granny, wait a minute. That's what we'll name the party. We'll name it that, the New Broom Party. Makes a clean sweep. Granny, that sounds good, don't it?
And I wish you could think up something else for me to have my picture taken besides a broom, though.
Well, just stop worrying about that. You ain't going to have to do no actual sweeping yourself.
Well, I better not. If I do have to do any of it in this new office, I'll take it up with the mayor out there. Anyway, I'll be the mayor myself. Keep forgetting that.
Yeah, you got to start acting more like a mayor, too. Be more dignified and all that.
Dignified, huh?
Yeah, act the importance. Show everybody what a big man you are. Natural-born leader of men. All that junk. I'd even start carrying a cane.
Cane? A walking stick?
Yeah. Sort of swing it when you walk down the street.
Well, that's a good idea. Always want an excuse to carry one of them. Well, I reckon it'd be all right to carry my cane in my left hand.
Why, a left hand?
Well, I'll be carrying a grocery basket in my right hand. I always carry them in my right arm when I'm making a delivery. Sort of seems like I'm stronger in my right arm some way.
Well, I don't believe you ought to carry the cane when you're making a delivery. Them two things don't go together, don't seem.
Well, maybe I ought to stop making a delivery altogether. Just let you do that. What do you think about that, Lum?
Well...
You said I was supposed to act dignified and importance all the time from now on.
Yeah, I know, but...
Okay, that's a good idea. No more deliveries for me.
Well, now, wait a minute, Abner. We want to carry things too far.
Huh?
After all, the people want to vote for somebody like yourselves, a man of the people, a common man. Oh. Gives them confidence in you to see you out there every day earning a honest dollar.
Yeah, but a while ago you said that
just recollect that I am running your campaign, and don't ask so many questions. Don't you trust me?
Well, sure, I trust you.
All right, then. Now, the next thing we got to do is line up some other candidates.
To run again?
No, to run on our party ticket for the other offices that's open.
Oh.
Alderman, recorder, street commissioner, dog catcher. I forget what all there.
Well, are you going to run all that campaign too?
Why, sure. But they'll never know it.
They won't. Well, how can you run their campaigns without them seeing you and talking to you and all that?
Yeah, it is going to be kind of hard, ain't it?
Why, sure it is.
Wonder how them other political bosses work that. I know they all stay in the background and keep silent and secret and all that.
Yeah, well, if you expect to boss anybody, you're going to have to come right out flat-footed and tell them that you're their boss.
Maybe I could just hold party meetings at night. Keep the lamps turned down sort of low and wear a mask.
A mask?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a mask to wear at the place. You can borrow if you want it. It's sort of a monkey face, awful comical looking. I wore it to a Halloween party one time.
I don't want that.
Well, it sure livened up the meetings, I'll say that for
you. Abner, I don't mean that kind of a mask. I'm talking about something...
Well, Cedric's got one. It's sort of an Irishman's face, got red chin whiskers. The funniest looking thing you ever set eyes on. Special when Cedric put that thing on.
I just mean a plain black mask, just to keep folks from knowing who I am. Sort of like hold-up men wear.
Well, you ain't going to hold up no politician. No. I don't see what you want to keep folks from knowing who you are for. You ain't done nothing bad. You ain't held up nobody, have you, Lord?
The trouble with you, Abner, you just don't understand about how a political boss works.
Well, I reckon I don't.
See, he's supposed to keep out of the limelight, near as I can figure out.
Oh.
You get things organized to where you can put different fellers in different offices. And then through them, he sort of runs the whole shebang.
You're going to run everything, huh?
Why, sure.
Oh.
I'm the one that wants to clean up this town, bring it to life again, give it a good, honest government.
Oh.
So natural, I'm the one that wants to be the boss and see that it's done.
Yeah, I reckon so.
But in order to do that, I've got to stay in the background, not let folks know I'm the power behind the scenes. I want you to recollect that.
Yeah, I will.
Don't go around telling everybody that I'm running your campaign. Just tell them you're running your own.
Oh.
Tell them you're just a common man that decided he wants to run for mayor.
Now, wait a minute. Now, let me get that. Now, run back over it again for me. I'm running my own campaign.
Wait a minute. There comes Squire Skimp up out there.
Oh.
Be extra sure and recollect what I told you when he's in.
Well, all right.
One fella, I don't want meddling around with my careers. Yeah, howdy, Squire.
Well, gentlemen, how are my good friends this fine wintry day?
Oh, pretty good, I reckon, Squire.
Well, Abner, let me be the first to congratulate you.
congratulate me. Yes, I've just heard that you've thrown your hat in the ring. Going to run for mayor in the coming election. I'm proud to hear it, Abner.
Wait a minute. Where did you hear that, Squire? I haven't even announced, or that is, Abner ain't even announced that he's a candidate yet.
Well, as a matter of fact, Lum, it was sort of a rumor now that you mention it. It is true, though, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it's true, all right, Squire.
Abner, who did you tell this to?
Why? Well, nobody. Nobody at all. Not I told, well, except for Grandpappy Spears.
Grandpap?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's plain. Might just as well put it on the front page of the newspapers to tell him.
Well, even if the word has gotten around a little prematurely, Lum, I still think it's a fine idea. Yes, I'd like to see you get in office, Abner. Well, much obliged, Squire. I suppose Lum is going to handle the campaign for you. Why, yeah. No. I mean, no, he ain't, no. Well, that's strange. Who is going to do it? Why, nobody. I'm running my own. I'm just a common mayor that's...
Common man?
Oh, common man that's decided to run for common mayor.
He's on his own, Squire.
Well, now, that's no way to run a campaign. You need a good manager, Abner. You're liable to lose out altogether if you go into this thing ill-prepared. Lum, you better get in there and handle it for him.
Yeah, I know, but you see, the trouble of it, I'd rather not.
Well, you're his best friend, and Lum, he needs a friend at a time like this. Needs a good head to guide him, help him with his speeches and all that.
Yeah, but you see, it's trouble.
Yes, Lum, you better do that. Abner, you talk to him now. You make him do it. I don't believe I better, Squire. Well, are you sure that you don't have somebody else for manager? No, nobody. Well, I'll tell you what then, Abner. I'll take over that job myself. Yes, sir, I'm not going to stand by and let my good friend get defeated just because of poor management. No, sir.
Squire.
Abner, have you thought up any general campaign line, any slogans, anything like that? Well, I sort of thought about me being the new Broom party, make a clean sweep, you know. Excellent. Great. It's the sort of thing we need. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go back to the office and start building our program with that in mind, Abner. We'll put on a campaign like this town's never seen before. Well, so long, men. I'll see you later, Mayor.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I don't Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Boss Lum in the Jotham Down store giving some emphatic instructions to candidate Abner.
Well, I don't know how you're going to do it, but just see that it gets done.
Well, Lum, I don't know how to get you to Squire. Seems to me like if he was nice enough to say he'd be my campaign manager, I ought to let him do it.
How many times do I have to tell you you've done got a campaign manager? Me. You can't have two of them.
Can't,
Well, no, they just get everything mixed up.
Oh.
I don't see why you ever let Squire talk you into this in the first place.
I never let him. He just done it. What could I do? You told me I wasn't supposed to say anything about you handling my campaign.
Yeah, I know I did, but I thought
you wanted to stay in the background, be the mystery man. Silent Lum Abner, that's what you said.
Well, Abner, listen.
So when Squire asked me if I had a manager, all I could do was say no.
Well, look, Abner, either you get Cheddar Squire as your manager, or I'm going to sweep you clean out of the new Broom party.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, don't do that.
All right. Do what I say.
All
I
right.
can't have him interfering with all my plans.
All right.
If I'm going to be the political boss and clean up this town, I've got to run things my own way. That's all there are to it.
All right. All right. All right.
Get on the phone right now and tell Squire he's all done.
Well, what'll I tell him if he asks me who is going to be my manager?
Well, tell him the big wheel is.
Well, I did. What?
The big wheel.
What in the world is that?
That's me.
You?
Yes, sir. That's the name I've studied up for myself when I'm being the political boss.
Well,
That's the only name anybody will ever know me by.
well, where in the world did you ever get a name like? You've been reading too many of them comic books, Lord.
No, I don't. You don't think of a big wheel as being the main part of a machine. The part that runs it, and that's me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I'm the one that's going to run this machine.
Machine? Hey, you got yourself a sewing machine?
No, of course not.
Well, what kind of a machine is this that you're going to run then?
A political machine.
What's that? One of them electric machines where you vote by pressing a button like we seen in the newsreels one time?
No, that's a voting machine.
Yeah.
A political machine is an organization like I'm building up to put different fellers in office and control things in general.
Oh, general, huh?
Fact is, I got one of my future henchmen coming over today.
Henchman?
Yeah. That's what us political bosses calls the fellers we have working for us. Ward heels and all that. Get on the phone now and call Squire.
Yeah, well, now, look.
No, the big wheel has spoke. Hurry up. Do like I say.
Well, all right, I'll call.
There. I want Squire skimping my organization. I'll let him know. Or that is, the big wheel will let him know.
Of course, you know, that Squire has some pretty good ideas about political campaigns and all that.
Yeah, not half as good as the big wheel gets, though.
Well, I still say he gets that one. Hello? Is that you, Squire? This is Abner. Yeah, yeah, the mayor.
Go on, tell him now.
Yeah, well, say, Squire, what I'm calling you for is, Oh! Yeah, that does sound like a good idea. Yes, sir.
Abner, don't listen to his idea.
Oh, yeah, that ought to get me a big batch of votes, Squire.
Tell him you're getting shut of it.
Yeah.
Go on, tell him.
Well, say, Squire, what I wanted to say was that,
You're just getting in deeper all the time.
Well, I don't know about that now, Squire.
Hurry up, Abner.
Well, sure, I can ask him, I reckon. Just a minute. Hey,
Now, what is it?
Do you want to run for our office, too?
Me?
Yeah, Squire said he figured he might be able to get you in as park superintendent or something.
Don't he know he's talking about the big wheel?
I don't believe he does.
That's an inner soul.
Well, what you want me to tell him? He's waiting for.
Abner, you know better than to ask me such a question as that. Get back on the phone there and get done talking to him.
Well, all right. Hello, Squire. I guess you better hold up on that deal. Yeah, that's it. He wants to think it over, I think.
That ain't what I said. I done thought it over.
Yeah, well, sure. I reckon he could handle the job all right, Squire.
Abner, if you don't hang up, I'm going to whop you right on top of the head.
Say, Squire, I guess I've got to hang up. I've got up some business to take care of here. Yeah, all right, Squire. Yeah. Uh-huh. All
Hurry
right,
up. Hang
Squire.
up, Abner.
All right.
Gotta have more respect for the big wheel. That's all they are to it.
Well, Lum, it ain't my fault. Squire just asked me.
Wait a minute. You never told him you was getting shut of him as your manager.
Well, you told me to hang up.
Well, don't listen to everything I say. Do your own thinking once in a while. Now get back on the phone there and do like I say. Oh, wait a minute. Don't do it now. Never mind. There comes Cedric. He's early.
Early? Was he expecting me?
Yeah, he's the henchman I was telling you about.
Cedric?
Or that is, he's going to be one of them after I interview him.
Oh.
He wasn't supposed to get here yet, though. He's got time to put on my mask now.
Your mask?
Yeah, don't you know? That's how I'm going to keep my henchmen from knowing who the big wheel is. I know what I can do, though.
What? Well, howdy, Cedric.
Howdy, Mr. Abner. Hello, Mr. Lum.
How are you today, Cedric?
How's the waffle business, Cedric?
Well,
You said the other day that you and Gomer Bates is putting up a waffle shop in one corner of your papa's blacksmith building.
Oh, yes, Mom. Going good. Selling lots of them. Yeah.
Must have a lot of customers.
Yeah. Oh, no, Mom. Just Papa.
Well, maybe your papa like waffles that well.
Oh, he ain't eating them. He's using them to shoe horses with.
Huh?
He says they're awful good in this slippery weather. Got a good tread on them.
Does he nail them on or stick them on with the syrup, Cedric?
Right, for sure, but I'll tell him about that syrup idea.
Yeah.
He said he's having trouble getting the nails through him.
Well.
Whereabouts is Mr. Wheeler?
Huh?
A fellow by the name of Mr. Wheeler or something like that called me up and said I was supposed to meet him here at the Jot 'em Down store.
Tell me, I don't know no Mr. Wheeler, Cedric.
Wait a minute. That was the big wheel that called you, Cedric.
Oh.
Well,
The big wheel. That's a famous political boss. He's back in the feed room, I think.
oh, well, I'll go back there.
No, you wait here with Abner till I call you. Now, I'll go tell him you're here. Yeah, you bring Cedric back in a minute there.
Yeah, all right.
Who is this Mr. Wheeler anyway?
Why, well, he's just what Mom told you, Cedric, a political boss. Wears a mask, I think.
Man, like the Lone Ranger?
Yeah, sort of.
Maybe I ought to run home and get my bread wrappers I've been saving up.
Well, Cedric, he ain't really the Lone Ranger.
All right, Abner.
Oh, he's ready. Come on, Cedric, come on.
Yes, Mom. I reckon what he wants to see me about.
Oh, you calm down. You go right ahead, right through the door there, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
Go on, don't be scared. Yeah, see, that's him with the mask on there.
Who is this young feller, Mr. Peabody?
Well, you know Cedric. Excuse me, I forgot you the big wheel.
So this is Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
Well, don't try to get in his lap. He ain't Santa Claus, Cedric.
Well, I'm proud to meet up with you. I'm the big wheel.
Yes, Mom.
I'm looking for some good, faithful henchmen to work for the new Broom party.
Oh, he's scared.
Your name was brung up to me as a fellow we might put dependence in.
Who brung his name up?
I'll have to ask you to hush up, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, yes, sir.
Now then, Cedric, I'm going to ask you a few questions first.
Don't shake that away, Cedric.
Yes.
Well, just think now.
Are
Don't
you
start
honest?
bubbling up there and crying now. Cedric, here, there's nothing to be scared of now.
You hold my hand, Mr. Abner.
All right.
Hold my hand.
Now,
Do you believe in good, clean government? Do you believe in democracy? Do you believe in the platform of the new Broom party?
Mom.
Good, you're in.
Oh.
Now I'll appoint you a head ward healer
Ward healer?
for your district. That'll be over there around your papa's blacksmith shop. Reckon you can handle that all right?
Well, that's the only way I know of getting shut of warts is to take a dime and rub it on each wart.
No, that ain't the way, Cedric. You take a dish rag and tie a knot in it for every wart you got, and then in the full of the moon, you dig a little hole in the ground.
Wait a minute, I said ward healer. That's a political job. It means handing out cigars long about election time and all that.
Well, I never heard of doing that away before. We always taking a dish
Mr.
rag.
Peabody, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, Cedric, you can go now. I'll let you know when I call the first meeting of the machine. That's all for now.
Come on, Cedric. Now, right out through there. So long. See you later, Cedric. Boy, little fella, give him the dish.
That sure made a big impression on him, didn't it?
You sure did.
Yeah, how big his eyes got every time he looked at it.
You just might not look scared plumb to death.
How do I look in this mask?
Better.
Yeah, I sort of thought. It gets kind of hot with it on. It's on the trouble.
Wait a minute. Don't take it off, Cedric's coming back.
For goodness sake, reckon what do you want
No,
now?
I don't know. Okay.
Say,
What is it, Cedric?
If I'm a wart healer, man, do I get to wear a mask like you're wearing, Mr. Lum?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know his Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jotham Down store talking on the telephone. Listen.
Yeah, well, that's fine, Earl. That's just dandy fine. Oh, that's all right. Just proud to have you in the new Broom party. Yeah.
Say, Lum. Oh, excuse me, I never noticed you on the phone there.
Well, with the editor's machine behind you, Earl, I can practical guarantee you'll get elected.
Get elected? Earl?
Yeah, you bet, Earl. I'll talk to you some more about this pretty soon.
When I did.
All right, old boy. Goodbye.
Just a minute, Lum. I heard that. I heard what you told Earl.
Well, what of it?
You can't get away at that, that's what of it. You didn't expect me back from a deal ever so quick, did you?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Just 'cause Squire Skimp's my campaign manager, why, you've got sore, so you're going to drop me and run Earl Pomeroy again.
Oh, I see, for pity's sake.
Now, listen, this ain't no laughing matter, Mr. Big Wheels, or whoever you think you
well,
are.
Now, just calm yourself down, Abner, and you'll find out the facts about something before you go getting your back up over it this way. I ain't running Earl Pomeroy again you for mayor.
I heard you. You said you'd guarantee got elected.
Sure I did, but that was just for tax collector.
Huh.
See, I'm trying to line up a lot of good candidates for you to run on a ticket.
Oh.
You want to have a good, strong ticket all the way down the line.
Yeah, sure.
It'll help get you elected and help me afterwards, too.
What do you mean it'll help you?
Well, the more of my men I have in office, the more control I'll have over the town government. See, that's how us political bosses work.
Oh, yeah, I'm beginning to see. Who else is going to run on the new Broom party ticket?
Well, I've got Dad Crockett lined up, the dog catcher. And
Dad Crockett? Well, he's going to catch a dog with the slowest human I ever knowed in my life.
Well, it's just sort of a political job.
Catching dogs?
No, the office of it is.
Oh.
No, you wouldn't have no place in this town to put dogs even if you did catch them.
Yeah, I know you saved the town money, all right.
Now, I think I've talked Buford Adams into running for city clerk. He's well liked in the community. He ought to get us some votes.
Yeah, he'll be a good one. He's friendly. Grandpappy Spear says Buford always says hello when you meet him on the street. Grandpapa vote for him, I know he will.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get Will Spencer to run against Uncle Henry Lunsford for town marshal.
Well, now, Will Spencer wouldn't make no good town marshal,
Well, I don't know now. Don't forget he owns the printing shop. And if we've got him in our party, we might be able to get him to print up all of our handbills free.
Oh, doggies, I never thought about it.
Of course you never. Well, that's why the party needs a brainy boss like me. I'll tell you somebody else I'd like to get, and that's Ezra Seastrunk to run for alderman.
Ezra Seastrunk?
Yeah, he'd make a good alderman. About the richest fella in town, and I believe he'd make a pretty good donate to the party campaign fund.
Oh, yeah, he'll make a good alderman. Of course, I don't know whether he's going to be awful popular with the voters or not.
Oh, he'll be popular, all right. Don't forget this, he owns them grounds where the circuses all set up their tents when they come to town, and they generally give him a whole batch of passes to the circus. You know how everybody tries to get on the good side of Ezra long about that time.
Yeah, but there ain't no circus going to be in Pine Ridge this time of the year long.
Well, I thought about that, too. We might just accidental get a rumor started one of them's coming to town, though. Could happen, you know.
Yeah, could, I reckon.
Well, whether one comes or not, he'll make us about the best alderman of anybody I can think of.
Yeah, he's a good man. Yeah.
I better call him up right now and see if I can talk him into running.
Yeah, that's a good idea to do that. Wait a minute, Lum. You can't go calling folks up that way. They'll know who you are.
Well, that's all right. I'll give up that idea of being a secret boss. I've dropped the big wheel.
You have, huh?
Yeah. Got to reading some history books, and I found out lots of other political bosses come right out flat-footed and said what they was. So I'm going to do it, too. Yeah, I'm going to do all my fighting right out in the open. Let everybody know exactly what's going on. That's the only way to run a political campaign.
You mean you ain't going to wear that mask no more?
Don't even mention that, Abner.
Last
night I had my mask on my way over to Mousy Gray's house to line him up for another ward healer, and that dead-blame Henry Lunsford jumped out from behind a tree and arrested me.
Arrested you?
Yes, sir.
The big wheel?
Well, he tried to. I had an awful time convincing him who I was and what I was doing running around at night in a mask vest.
Doggies, I'd left us all that.
Well, now, Ab, don't you breathe a word of this to nobody. that gets around town, it might ruin my career as a political boss.
Well, maybe you better get Uncle Henry in a new Broom party or he'll go around telling it, Lum.
No, I want to run him out of office to show him he can't do nothing like that to Boss Eddard.
Boss Eddard.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to be known as from now on. That's my new name.
Right out in public?
Yes, sir. You can tell everybody you see that your campaign manager for mayor is being run by Boss Eddard.
What about Squire Skimp, though? He's still going ahead with plans for getting me votes, Lum. As far as he's concerned, he's still my campaign manager.
Well, I ain't worried about that. Here's what I've decided. It's better to have a feller like Squire on your own side where you can keep an eye on him. That's the best way to handle somebody like him.
Yeah, but who's my manager then, him or you?
Well, I am actual. That is, I'm head of the whole party, the big boss.
Oh.
I'll let him manage your part of the campaign, but he'll actually be working for me. I'm the one he'll get his orders from.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a good idea. That's better than having you fellers fussing at one another. More than likely him and you get to fighting twixt yourselves and forget all about me, and I never would get to be mayor.
Well, don't worry. Nothing like that'll happen. As long as I'm running the party and everybody in it. That reminds me, I better call Ezra and get him lined up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you got that Squire Skimp thing straightened out.
Well, you can just leave everything up to me.
I just couldn't bring myself to get shut of Squire because he's got such good ideas for politics and such as that.
Wait a minute. Hello, is that you, Ezra?
He's a brainy man.
This is Boss Eddard.
Of the politics.
Boss Eddard. Lum Eddard. Yeah. Yeah, well, say, Ezra, I was just lining up my candidates for the new Broom party, and I was wondering if you'd consider running for alderman.
Well, you had to call yourself Boss Broom.
Oh, you done considered it, huh? Well, good. Huh? Oh.
The big sweeper.
Well, Grannies, we'd like to have you run on our ticket, though. Well, who talked to you? Uh-huh. Well, I'm sorrowful, Ezra. Love to have had you with us. Oh. Yeah, all right. Goodbye.
Is he going to run on some other ticket?
Yeah, looks like there's another political party organizing in this town.
Who's back of it, Lum?
Well, he didn't want to tell me.
Oh.
I bound you to Ezra yourself.
Ezra?
Yeah, that's more like the reason why he didn't want to talk about it. Trouble with him is he always wanted to get a lot of power for himself, boss everybody and everything. I never did like that kind of a feller.
No.
Well, the thing to do is just get our campaign started and fight harder than ever. Grannies, we'll show that, Ed.
Wait a minute. Here comes my manager, Lum.
Huh? Oh, Squire Skimp.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to give him some orders and get him started work on some of my ideas.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, howdy, Squire, old boy. Come right in here.
Hello. How's our mayor today?
Oh, pretty good, Squire, I reckon.
Glad you dropped over, Squire, because I want to have a talk with you.
Yes, well, Lum, I wonder if we can do that a little later on. I've got some business to talk over with Abner right now about the campaign and all, you know.
Yeah, well, that's sort of what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, well, Lum, if it's that you still want to run for park superintendent, I'm sorry, but I've already got someone else for that post. However, when I have time, I might be able to figure out some other little office we can run you for.
Well, now, just a minute, Squire.
I'm sorry, Lum. If you'd have spoken up the other day, I'd have been more than glad to get you in as park superintendent. You know that. But now, don't worry. I'll take care of you all right some way. Now, Abner, I've got some good news. I've got a good, strong ticket lined up to run with you.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you've got a strong ticket lined up?
Just what I said, Lum. I've got some good, strong candidates for every post. Will Spencer for city clerk. Ezra Seastrong for all
Ezra Seastrong?
Yes. Now, please don't bother me for a while, Lum. I've got quite a few matters I want to discuss with Abner here. Come along, Abner. Maybe we'd better go back in the feed room.
Well, just a minute, Squire. I reckon I'll stay right here.
What? What's that, Abner?
See, Squire, Lum is the head feller in my campaign, and anything you got to say to me, why, you'll have to say it to him, too.
Yeah.
Well, now, wait just a minute, Abner. Let's get things straight here right now. I've built a party, I've selected the candidate, and I'm laying out the whole program.
and I can't be bothered with any inexperienced politicians.
You referring to me?
Now, look, Abner, this is a great opportunity for you. With my party behind you, you're as good as in the mayor's office right now. And that's the only way that you can do it, is with the party. Now then, are you with me? Well,
Look, Abner, I want you to get that job. Nothing else matters.
Well, Squire, here's my offer. The only way I'll run for office is to have Lum for my campaign manager, and that's fast. All right, if that's the way you want it, Abner, that's the way it'll be. But let me warn you, my party will sweep into office whoever I select to run against you. Well, good day, gentlemen. Good day.
Granny, Abner, I don't know what to say.
Oh, well, I don't care. Glad I done it. Didn't want to be mayor, no way.
Don't want to be mayor?
No.
Well, you're going to be.
Huh?
Granny's me and you're going to put on the dad-blameless campaign this town's ever saw. This is just what I need to get me into the fightin'est mood. The new Broom party will sweep this town right off.